I'm glad to have you with me. Seek too much here, back yet again in the world of Westeros with Lord Roland Celtigar of Dragonstone. And before we get started, guys, please do remember to like and subscribe. Your support really helps me to keep going. I am about 300 plus subscribers away from becoming monetized. So if you like my content and you want to support my channel, the best way you can do that is by subscribing. But if you would like to support me even further, please do check out my Patreon in the description below. But yeah, right. So let's go ahead and get started. I am about to go on vacation for like 2 weeks, so I will be gone and I won't be filming. But I'm gonna try and do like a little bit of a filming marathon here, so we can. So I'll have content up while I'm gone. Hopefully that'll be the case. We'll see how it goes. But I'm putting in some extra recording times. But all right. So in the last episode, Roland had a bit of an issue with the crown. So my daughter was married to Prince Viserys, who basically unleashed a second Dance of Dragons. He killed a lot of people. He killed Joffrey, the last king, and his, I guess, I don't know exactly, the heir's wife. I don't know, remember exactly how. Yeah, I guess Aegon was Joffrey's brother, and he was going to inherit, but he died of suspicious circumstances before he could inherit. And then he also killed Rhaena in combat, which left basically Rhaenyra and Daemon as the heirs to be. Rhaenyra was being controlled by Mr. Hardy, who is kind of in my way. I'm trying to get claim on his land. And anyway, my daughter was imprisoned alongside Viserys before he was sent to the wall. And she executed my daughter, who is a lunatic and had nothing to do with this, was sitting here all day. She executes her after I try to ransom her and sends him to the wall. What kind of justice is that? That's absolutely crazy. And I was planning on turning against Rhaenyra. I left the council. I was considering maybe joining the Starks in their rebellion now that my dragon's almost of age. But then she died of rabies. So she kind of deserved it. And then Daemon invited me back to the council and agreed to marrying my daughter. So I would say that more or less he made things right. But something else really interesting happened. The Lords of the Realm, led by the Reach, basically came to this baby 3-year-old boy, 5-year-old boy, and said, listen, that Dance of the Dragons, both of them, was way too destructive. We cannot have this happen again. You're going to have to change the inheritance system. And what they did was make it into an elective system. So now they're going to vote for who the king is rather than killing each other, presumably. And the leader right now, for some reason, is Lorien Lannister, but I don't really know how he swung that. Maybe he's paying people off. After that, it is Mr. Derry. Don't know how he got that set up. Uh, and the guy from the Vale, yeah, mostly Lord Paramounts, things like that. So that's interesting. That opens up a lot of opportunities for us. But in this episode, we're actually going to be going after the Stormlands. So my daughter-in-law has a mother who has a strong claim on the Stormlands. So yeah, so her daughter Manila Folder Baratheon is married to Eris, and I think she's pregnant. No, she's not pregnant. Okay, so that's an issue. We need to get her pregnant. But if she has the Stormlands, eventually it'll pass to Eris's kid, and then we'll have a Lord Paramountcy. We also have a distant claim on the Vale, but that's going to be a little bit harder to sway. I think that's it's my brother's wife. So probably somewhere down the line, yeah, this is Allard's kid. Somewhere down the line, we could probably wed these two houses. So we could actually go for the Vale, which is interesting. So wait, she has a strong claim? Ah, that's interesting. Okay. So that would at least put a Celtigar on the throne of the Vale. even though if we didn't rule it directly. But I think I'll go with the Baratheons first, because my dragon is old enough to fight. Yeah, 9 martial. So I think I'm going to give it a shot. He also doesn't have that many men, and I have close to what he has, and I think I might be able to call in some allies. No, I can't. Okay, well, we're going to go for it. So we're going to declare war. Let's go ahead and get our guys up. Oh, but we have a second dragon rider with us. I forgot about that. We have uh Baela Targaryen, and her dragon is huge. So that's good. So actually, we should be all set because she basically by her dragon alone. So let's go ahead and get all our guys set up here, and we will go ahead and land at Shipbreaker Bay. Oh, and my wife will accept my call to arms as well. I forgot. Oh yeah, a couple episodes back, I put my wife on this throne here, so we're gonna get Massey's Hook. I keep saying throne, even though it's not a throne. I put my wife into the lordship of Massey's Hook. I forget exactly how that went. Yeah, so it went from Flores to Justin, and this is they're like cousins or something. But while he was a kid, there was a regency going on. I pushed her weak claim. Yeah, I also picked this up from putting my mom on that in that position as well. So we've done pretty good by putting our family members into places they lost. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can get my dragon to fight. This is kind of why I'm testing it. So I can't deploy him in dragon. What? Has the trait dragon? What does that mean? My dragon doesn't have the trait dragon? So I don't know why that's not working. That is odd. Um, but I can deploy the dragon in siege, which is good. So let's try that. So yeah, Dracarys, Jaehaerys might get maimed. But no, it looks like he's okay. He's a tiny dragon, so he didn't do too much dragon there. Maybe Baela will use her dragon. Let's see. Dracarys. Oof. Okay, he got a little wounded, but that's okay. He's not maimed. I think the what's it called? The logical progression of events is healthy, wounded, maimed, dead. So I don't think he can die from a wound, but he can die from a maiming. Oh, Moros Massey has decided to go to the king. Okay, well that's fine. I actually invited him there to be my justiciar, but then we found a better guy. So that works for me. Oh, okay, so we're gonna have a battle. There's two dragons on our side, so hopefully we should be good. All right, let's see if we can deploy our dragon in battle. Okay, now I can. Very weird. All right, so yeah, the enemy are beyond counting. They have twice the number of men. He is not there. Um, we are facing off against some vassals, so let's go ahead and try it. Dracarys. Excellent. Okay. Oh, look at that. We got our hands on Mr. Swigert. I guess I can go ahead and ransom him, but he doesn't have any money. That's too bad. Well, let's put him in house arrest. Roland is a kind guy, a just guy. He would want to make sure that someone like this someone of this stature would be, um, Jesus, I can't talk. I don't know what's wrong with me. Would be housed according to his status, let's say. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm a little tired today, but I feel like I've had that problem a lot recently. But anyway, oh, I forgot also, I have a little bit of a plot going on to get rid of Viserys for starting all this nonsense. So hopefully I'll be able to get rid of him after all the heartache he's caused Roland. My poor innocent girl got killed for no reason. The person who killed her is Hand of the King and the Regent. Actually, he's not Hand. So hold on. So it says that this is his heir. He is the heir to what? To King's Landing. He's the heir to King's Landing, but not the crown. Okay. So the capital will follow whoever is king. That's interesting. Honestly, that's probably the best way for them to do it. All right, Dracarys. Gotta be careful with these potential maimings. Okay, so I'll go ahead and send these guys here so we can get some more troops just in case. Oh, finally! Okay, nice. So we got Cracklaw Baron. That is wonderful. So now let's go ahead and go over the Dire Den. We should be able to make the duchy once we have Cracklaw Baron. And then we might not even need the claim on Dire Den. So that would be good. But okay, we are going to take Storm's End. Nice. Okay, so we could take his... that's weird. So his dad is a bastard, a Baratheon bastard, who married Cassandra. Did she, like, lose that title or something? Interesting. So Boros was killed by Adam of Driftmark, and then there was no holder, so I guess he just elevated this guy. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I guess we can go ahead and take them all into house arrest and then put this matter to rest. All right. And where did he end up? He went down to Planky Town. And then we still have his wife with us. Okay. Well, we can keep her. We'll keep her in house arrest as a little bit of assurance so he might not take up arms against us. All right, look at that. So, oh, and this is her. Okay, now that's interesting. Well, I probably won't keep her forever. Um, honestly, maybe I'll just ransom her over to Florus as a sign of goodwill. Okay, nice. So, yeah. Well, that's good. So my son is now, or if my son has a son, he will be in line for the throne. He really, really needs to get her pregnant. Okay, so it looks like someone is investigating. Interesting. The Septon is investigating my plots. I wonder to what end. Oh, we have a marriage proposal. So you want my niece to marry... Ah, that's right. Allard and Visenya, yeah? So they'll go ahead and get married, keep those Celtigar bloodlines pure while getting rid of all the incest. All right, so let's go back to the Whispers and we'll take Cracklaw Baron. Nice, and I got a little bit of a dowry, but not too much. But we're getting really close to being able to build a dragon pit, so that's good. All right, so we can say goodbye to you. This will be my revenge. All right, so yes, Mr. Hardy was regent when my daughter was killed. So if there's anyone I can take my vengeance out on, it is him. I don't know if he let it happen, but this was a 3-year-old girl. I don't think she would order an execution. So he knew what was going on. He made that choice. And we're gonna burn his place to the ground. All right, and let's assault. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take his family into house arrest. Good. So, um, I kind of want to have a reason to kill him, but the game won't recognize it that way. So it would increase my fear, but it wouldn't give me any other penalties. I don't know exactly how the fear mechanic works. Let me search that for a second. How does the fear mechanic work in HEOTCK2? So give me a second here, guys. I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to do. 1 second, guys. I'm going to think about. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. So he was regent, and I think he still is regent, possibly. No, he's not regent for some reason. He was regent when my daughter was killed, so he knew what was going on. The person who killed her was, I think she was like three or 4 years old at the time. So he knew what was going on. Maybe he has an excuse, and people might get mad at me. Might have a negative opinion of me killing him because maybe there was some excuse, there wasn't enough evidence to say it was him. But I think Roland is totally justified, even though he is kind. He is wroth, so he has a hot temper. So I think he would kill him, but I don't know if he'd go so far as to kill his family members. So we're gonna go ahead and execute him. Um, I'm not gonna feed him to my dragon. I'm just going to behead him. All right, so he has been beheaded. I will go ahead and ransom these prisoners for some money. Let's see if we can bleed him dry. Jeez, what happened to this lady? She's blinded? Oh, it's not a lady. Okay, that's Sir Helen Hardy. Okay. Okay, so he still has 70 gold. I could ransom him too. Oh, my co-conspirator has sent word that the carriage that Prince Viserys is traveling on will soon suffer an unfortunate accident. Works for me. Okay, cool. So we have drained him dry of his money, and I think we could also probably get him to surrender. So that works for me. And I will take it for myself. All right, cool. After seizing the lordship, you've also captured the treasury of the deposed Robert Hardy. Okay, that's cool. Excellent. Okay, so I have gotten my revenge. I can create Cracklaw Point, and we can also attack the Bruins over here. Maybe he will surrender. We will see. Okay. So everyone get on the boats. Head on over to the Whispers. Ah, excellent. All right, success. The carriage was sent flying over the edge of a cliff with Prince Viserys still in it. The driver I bribed has also been dealt with, leaving no loose ends. Wow, look at Roland. He got his revenge. Ah, excellent. Okay. So not only was the man who unjustly oh, what is this? The wild dragon cannibal is known to protect smaller dragons, and it has been reported he recently emerged from his lair near King's Landing to attack his cousin Shikros. The ravaged corpse was found nearby not long after. Ooh, yikes. Okay, so cannibals going around attacking dragons. Uh, so Shikros, was he someone's dragon? Was he a wild dragon? Interesting. Okay. Huh. So we better be careful with them. But yeah, so we killed the man who unjustly killed my daughter, or at the very least did nothing to prevent it, and we killed her husband who kind of got her into that situation in the first place. So that works for me. So let's go ahead and take care of these Bruins. Uh, Bernard of Diarden is trying to usurp my title. Make her disappear, I guess. Okay, cool. Oh, so Traxxas is now being ridden by Master Tristane of Fleabottom. Okay, so we have quite a few dragon riders floating around here too. So I guess with the death of all the Targaryens, we're seeing a lot going on. I guess I don't need to use my dragon, so I'm just going to assault. All right, so does he have money? He has some money, so I'll take his family into house arrest, and I will ransom off some of his family to get us closer to our dragon pit construction. Do we have others, don't we? Becca Brune. We can ransom her. Ah, these are like his grandkids. Okay. And what? That's it? And Bernard. Okay. Oh, we can also ransom him. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, my son, not my son, my brother is depressed and has pneumonia. So we better get Physician. Ooh, yikes. Okay, Commander Jaehaerys, the heir to King's Landing, has mounted cannibal. So he must have heard of cannibal killing Shikros, and he decided that he had to go put an end to the dragon one way or another. Okay, so honestly, I'm gonna vote for him to be the new king because he just got the biggest dragon. So that's pretty scary, actually. Commanding troops is a demanding task, especially for someone as stressed as I am. There are ways to relieve this stress, but how do I find it? Through wine, God, or camp followers? Ooh, that's interesting. Well, I don't think that I'm particularly religious or a drunkard, so maybe the camp followers. I mean, my wife's gone, she's far away. I am a man, I guess. I don't know. I feel like he could have gone anyway, and maybe this is the least damaging. So, okay. So, uh, ooh, what happened? So, Urkos has built. Ooh. Oh, that's right. This lady was randomly with me. Okay, and so her dragon has escaped, and she was killed by him. Okay, yikes. Well, okay. Maybe one of our family can tame him. Maybe we can bring him back to the dragon pit. Okay, cool. And we can't revoke his title, but hopefully we're on decent terms with him. Okay, good for us. Good for us. When can I build the dragon pit? Okay, I need 750 gold, so I'm almost there. But okay, I think that's a good stopping point for this episode. So we actually did a lot. We got a lot done. So we got the High Lordship of Crackclaw Point, which I guess we didn't really need because we got Dragonstone randomly from the king. And then we put my son on a path to hopefully getting our um, dynasty on the throne here. He just needs to get her pregnant. I suppose in this next episode, I could turn my way to the Vale and try to get my sister-in-law on the throne in the Vale. She is marrying a Celtigar. She's marrying my other son. Interesting. So maybe Allard and Ares could have their kids together and have a big mega house. Okay, cool. So maybe in the next episode we will go for the Vale, but I might have to wait for Jaehaerys to recover first. But we'll see what happens. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again in the next episode.